Hello everyone, and welcome to another game of World of Warships. Today's replay is from HipSGuinness, and I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that name. Now he is in the République, the tier 10 French battleship. He's on the map Mountain Range in a 3-point domination game mode, and well, we have 2 destroyers per team. Also seems to be a clan called Bex. Now Bex is the name of a German brewery. Probably no connection there, but you know. He himself is named Guinness, so I guess I'm thinking about beer right now. And I'm getting quite thirsty, and I'm also getting off topic. So here in the beginning he decided to get a little bit closer to the A cap. The problem is they don't have a destroyer here, right? They have 2 destroyers, they have the Kagero at the C cap, and the Gearing spawned in the center. The Gearing is, I think, coming this way, but he is still not all that close. Oh no, maybe he's going for B here, right? I mean, there is a Wooster there. And I think we just briefly saw some smoke. He might have smoked the Wooster and is now going for the B camp. Maybe should have gone for the B camp in the beginning. Now we have a Sao here charging A. And, well, obviously that didn't work out. Now if you're in a cruiser, you definitely don't just want to charge into a cap right in the beginning at the battle. Unless you have enough scouting information to know that nothing dangerous is around. Or maybe you could try it with a Minotaur if you feel confident in your smoke and there's no radar around, but just as a cruiser early on, stay outside of the cap. Now the C cap is still pretty much a stalemate. The B cap is getting flipped here by the friendlies. And there are about 4 enemy ships here at A. No enemy destroyer here yet. Now, both enemy destroyers seem to be at the C camp. I would have thought that whoever is taken B might move over and help out at A, but that doesn't look to be the case. But that's good news. That Bismarck here is a little bit too aggressive. And is going down. And I guess that's pretty... It's not looking too bad for this flank, right? Now the friendlies have quite a few ships here, kind of in the center. They really could just push in and take care of these, of those 3 enemies, and then take the A cap. The problem always... Oh, nice shot. So now it's only 2 enemies remaining here, and they really just have to and crush them. Now the problem is, if you are not in a division, you never know if your team will help, right? I mean, right now the logical conclusion would be those ships push in and sink the enemy. But you can never be so certain if just random teammates that you don't know will share that conclusion, analysis, however you want to call it. Now with only 2 ships here remaining, of course you can just push in and hopefully the team will follow. It's now a lot less risky than when you have 4 enemies around. I could also just try to push into the A cap and take that. Now those ships here in the center, they could also just move and try to flank the enemy in C. Also keep in mind that there is a Cyclone incoming here. Something that will change the playing field a little bit. Still 1 minute until the Cyclone starts, and then it's still some time until visibility gets completely reduced. And look at that, nice Citadel into the Minotaur. I think somebody else gave her a spanking as well. And I mean, I've said it a lot of times, the Minotaur is just a Citadel wrapped in paper with guns on top. I love the Minotaur, don't misunderstand me, and she's a strong ship, but if she's caught out in the open and armor piercing comes flying her way, you usually expect Citadels. Now the enemy vanguard is wisely in retreat, and I mean especially if the Cyclone's incoming. If those enemy ships don't shoot, if they don't misplay, they can just disengage. And probably they should really just disengage and run towards their team. Like, if they try to engage someone, they will probably show broadside. If they just go south, they aren't doing anything. I mean, they could go south, wait for the Cyclone to hit, and then try under the cover of the Cyclone to retake A, but probably the smartest choice is just to rejoin the forces. Also, the enemy team should probably be pushing B right now, and there's already a destroyer inside B. There's a Wooster nearby who might be able to do something about it. We will see. Now the Minotaur is for some reason sticking around. He might just be Maybe he wants to get torpedoes off, maybe he wants to sit here and smoke or something, but he is completely broadside to a battleship, and, well, there's a Citadel. Yeah, this Minotaur is certainly going down here. And what did he get out of it? I assume he launched torps this way. That's something to keep in mind. And the Vanguard, I mean, he probably will soon be dropping back into concealment. The Vanguard is just sailing away here. There's nothing that Vanguard can do on its own. He has to kind of wait until the Cyclone hits, or probably just, again, go over there and reinforce his team. Now, the gearing is now coming to help in the center. There is no point in hunting this Vanguard, chasing this Vanguard, especially during a Cyclone. Like, if the friendly team would use those 3 ships to hunt the Vanguard, it would be pretty horrible in my opinion. Because it just takes way too long, and meanwhile those ships are needed, and this Vanguard isn't doing anything, right? It's unlikely that this Vanguard will soon turn around and rejoin the fight. This Vanguard might just sail around for the next 2 to 3 minutes to find a better position to re-engage. So you can safely ignore it and go where you're needed. Now, the République is a fairly fast battleship. We have our speed here currently on cooldown, and we can also speed this up a little bit, because he's doing the smart thing and he is going into a position where he can defend the B camp. Now, in a Cyclone, it means the enemy team has to push fairly aggressively in order to do something about B. We see the gearing and the lightning are facing off right now. It looks like this lightning might have screwed up its torps, because I assume those are the lightning torps, which is a good thing, and the gearing prevails. So overall, looking pretty good. The friendlies do have a 1 ship advantage, they do have a 1 cap advantage, but it's a Cyclone. Cyclones are very good for comebacks. Now we can see the Vanguard here, he is returning. He probably wanted to go into A. There is a Salem still there looking out for that. And there is some radar. Now radar can be very powerful during a Cyclone, because it allows you to shoot ships you couldn't otherwise see. You can't shoot back. And here we have the brawl for the center starting. We are starting off strong with a Buffalo, showing way too much broadside and getting Citadel. There is also a Kutuzov around here. Now, Kutuzov has torpedoes, so something to watch out for, I guess. And there is this Shimakaze inside this smoke. Now, the enemy battleships, we have the Vanguard, who probably still lingering around A, but there is a République, but he is busy here in the north, and the Chambard, yeah, here is the Chambard. Now the Chambard would have been better off leading the charge, but he is coming in now. And he's also showing quite a lot of broadside. Now target selection here is... well, I mean, Des Moines broadside is a nice target. The Chambard would have also made a decent target, I suppose. Now he is turning away here mostly, I assume, because of the smokescreen and the destroyer. If he wanted to better angle against the Chambard or go closer towards that, it would have exposed him a lot more towards torpedoes. And it looks like the Shimakaze isn't actually staying inside the smokescreen, but running away. There we go with some more Citadels and one less Des Moines. Now for some reason the Chambard has decided to run away again. I mean, it's a Cyclone going, right? There is really no point, especially in the enemy team's position, to stop this charge. And if the Chambard had stayed there or had been more aggressively, he probably could have hurt HipSGuinness quite a bit. But yeah, only 4 enemies remaining. They will be hard pressed to make a comeback now. Although, I mean, in a Cyclone they still could, because when it comes down to one-on-one engagements, you can make a difference a lot easier, I suppose, than if you're focused down by all enemy ships. So let's increase the speed a little bit more until we get to some more fun engagements here. It's not over yet, although it's most likely a win for the friendly team, let's be honest. So what do we have here? It looks like the Shimakaze is spotted by the Ron. Ron is engaging. Shimakaze is smoking. Question is, does the Ron run Hydro? If he runs Hydro, he probably can hunt down this Shimmer. Oh, wait, the Shimmer didn't stay inside the smoke. Possibly expecting Hydro. And yeah, the way those torpedoes was spotted, this Ron is most likely running Hydro. In that case, I'm not sure why the Ron isn't just charging right towards the Shimmer. But anyway, more importantly, we have found the Chambard. Meanwhile, the Chambard has taken quite a bit of beating when we look at his hit points. He is coming this way with a bit of a broadside. And, well, a little bit of damage, but not too exciting. Nevertheless, this Chambard is going down. And there is a close quarters expert actually, and a mini Kraken. Now can he upgrade his mini Kraken to a true Kraken? I don't know, this Kutuzov seems to be willing to help. So let's see if RNG says yes or no. I guess RNG might be saying no here. Well, I mean, he got a bounce. So, okay. This is a... Oh no, they lost the booster, so game goes a little bit longer. Shimakaze seems to be spotted down there. Now the Vanguard has arrived, but the Vanguard is... yeah, not be able to make a difference. There is the win. Here we are with the results. HipSGuinness earned himself 2,586 base experience, and very nicely done by him. He played it a little bit cautious in the beginning, but he stayed at the front lines. He pushed when he saw the chance, and he was there in the brawling in the Cyclone. He earned himself a mini Kraken, a devastating strike, a close quarters expert, and a dreadnought, scoring 183,000 points of damage. So yeah, pretty nice game. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and I'll see you guys next time.